Hello, hello, and welcome to Odyssey of Eternity. I'm Kenneth, and today we are here painting once again. Today we have working on a commission here, and super excited to see what it's going to be. I still waiting on my chat to populate. I'm having a hard time for that today, so I'm just going to blow this up here to see. Let me see if maybe we if we do this, and then let's see here. Let's see, will the chat populate now? There we go. By the way, the music today is brought to you by Iwar. They have given us permission to use their music while we're streaming. So if you have not followed them, please check out their music. Their music is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely adore their music. So today we are working on some DEATHWATCH aggressors. I thought, and my ignorance, because I'm not the biggest Space Marine fan, that these were not intercessors. I thought these were Terminators. Fun fact, they're not. They look like the heavies from what do you call it, Space Marine 2, and I was pleasantly surprised. So we're gonna see here. Just looking at these models. This is one of my first commissions that I've had. Starting to see if there's any parchment. I did dry brush on all of the arms for that DEATHWATCH are known for. And I'm going to be washing those down with some Nuln oil before too terribly long. So let's see here. And the client wants a pretty easy paint job, so easy enough to be able to take care of that for him. Let's see here, blue steel, the brass. This is going to start off as a bronze. Okay. And dark red is going to be corn red. I thought that was going to be Mephiston. Well, you learn some, you learn some. So, and then the clean black is just the Abaddon. But I'm using, for that Pro Acrylic Coal Black. I love this color black. I do need to clean up some stuff on these. So I think that's probably... probably where I should start is the cleanup of some of these colors. But I did make sure today that, I don't have D&D halfway through the session, or halfway through the stream. Sorry about that last time for all those everyone who was watching last time. I ADHD'd too close to the sun and lost my train of thought. So I'm just cleaning these up, so I don't need too terribly much. Always thin your paints, though. It dries just so much better. Even the Pro Acrylics that don't necessarily need don't necessarily need the thinning, I feel benefit greatly from just thinning them down a bit. I'm just gonna move my paints up to over here. I'm just gonna do some general cleanup here. Get a little bit over here on the kneecaps. So one downside with dry brushing is you get sometimes some stuff in places that where you don't necessarily want. All right, that one looks pretty well cleaned up. Just gonna set that down there. Now, I'm generally not a Space Marine fan, but, and I say this with all of the love in my heart, I like painting them. They are fun. And Space Marine 2, which one of my very good friends got me for Christmas, is... It's growing on me a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the Imperium. I really, truly hate the Imperium. But, I'll be damned though if the Space Marines aren't cool in that game. I might not have enough, rift in the paint. A little too much for some of these, but we'll see. There's that. Okay. Just gonna clean up that base a little bit. And then right there. Perfect. Adjust that. So it says room. Screaming Bell. Another silver. That over. Well, me not being able to find the paint is going to be a difficult let me just see if I have it over here. Because me not being able to find the paint might, because I know I have the paint that I need. So I'm going to need that to start with. There it is. I knew I had it. Just gonna set that down there. So I got my metallics there. The metallic I used for the arms, if anyone's wondering, I did use what do you call it? Turbo Dork's Silver Tin Star. This is by far my favorite metallic that I've found so far. And I'm super excited to go over with all my Necrons with it. So we're going to look at the painting guide here. It says warp lock bronze for all of the bronze areas. I don't necessarily have the warp lock, but I do have a screaming bell, which is a very close. Because one of the highlight steps is the Balthazar Gold, which should go pretty well with it. Or actually, Runor Blast. No, I want to do the Balthazar Gold. Balthazar Gold is the closer color. Just use my paint shaker because metallics can be fickle. And just get a nice heap from the brush into our palette. Absolutely love painting. It's one of my favorite things anymore. And the fact that I'm getting some commissions now really just makes me happy. I'm just gonna... I don't usually thin my metallics as much as my other paints. Simply that they tend to go a bit further, and you can lose some of the of the actual coloring with it. So what I need is make sure that I wet the brush. I always want to have a damp brush. Make sure I get the weapon areas around where the skulls are. Yeah, so the reliquaries, the weapon parts. So we're just going to get a little bit of paint there. Just going to go for it and just put a little bit of color on this mini. I'm hoping everyone's watching. Christmas was good if you celebrate it. If you don't, well, I hope your holiday season has been good and you had some good food. Is what I will wish you. There we go, there's that. The outside of that, the little reliquary hanging from his, from his groin. We'll get the Imperial necklace, this Imperial skull, because of course it's not a model until you have a Space Marine until you have a skull on it. And then we're gonna paint over here. This is where we're going to be competing with the colors. Because that silver is so bright. Compared to the black. But we got that there. Is there any other little bits and bobs that I want to do with the silver, there we go. Perfect. Got those little spots there. Aha, we do have some purity seals there. I did not see those. We'll have to get back and fix those in just a second. We're batch painting these guys. I got 27 of these DEATHWATCH to do, and I am ecstatic to do all of them. As far as the armor goes on these guys have a ton of fun little details on their stuff to paint. There's really not much besides that short little barrel on this one to give that bronze. On the weapons. Alright, and then we're going to get the reliquary. Perfect, perfect. And let's see here. See, a lot of these things, especially using like the main app, is a little basic. So all of their skulls in the center of their chest should be the same color as well as these. Just gonna mark. There we go. And the wings are silver on these. And that's also going to mean this is going to be skull there. Just double checking my references here. Okay, yeah, those are still good. So I'm just going to go back to the other one here and just fix up that little snippet there. Oh, well, that's already covering the eagle, so that one's not any big deal. This one does have a skull on the knee. Put that there. Paint the skull on the DEATHWATCH symbol. Bada bing. We got the skull there. There we go. Another skull up here on the shoulder. All right, it's fun how that little bit of color just makes it pop. I'm not seeing any more on this guy here. Swap over to the last one here that we haven't touched yet. We can get the ending here. the skull here. I just have a little bit left on my brush, so that's perfect to get this tiny detail there without obscuring anything. We're going to come over here, the barrel. Perfect. Get the face. There we go. The details on that skull. We got the metal of the reliquary down here to go over. Yet again, if you're just tuning in, music is brought to you by iWar. If you have not followed them or checked them out on YouTube, please check them out. They are fantastic. And they were kind enough to let us use their music for streaming. Super excited that they are just fantastic people. Definitely one of my top bands of 2024. Let me just grab a drink here. I am parched. It was a very long day today, but, you know, it was a good day. Got a lot done. I'm super happy to be able to sit down and do some painting here. So looking at the next, I think I'm going to move on to doing some red on these. So I know I have corn red because my, like, all of my boats, that's Mephiston, for my Drukhari, use corn red. Which I always thought corn red was more of a pink looking color. But it does dry really dark, and I do enjoy that. It's really funny, too, how many loyalist chapters and things that wouldn't want to be chaos adjacent tend to use the chaos colors in their paint schemes. I think it's funny. That might be a bit of some reconstituting here that I might have to work with on this red. This red's a smidge chunky, but it should work for what our purposes are for this. Just make sure if we thin it down, we're thinning it down right. There we go. That looks good. Just going to do that. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing me paint stuff like these, please check me out on Fiverr. I've opened up a Fiverr account, and I have been starting to accept commissions on Fiverr. All right, so looking at this, we're going to have a red stripe, which I'm going to need a much finer brush, I think, along the knee, so up. We're going to get the details of the weapon in red. Yeah, the detail work there in red. And then the tubing is red. Cool. So, should be decent enough. Let's start on the side that's on the dark side, that doesn't have the light. Actually, we're just going to go the whole thing there. We're going to give that splash of color. Luckily, black is a very forgiving color. So if I do accidentally get a little over on some of these, it's not the end of the world to fix it. Now I'm probably going to have to do at least 2 coats of red on the dark sides of these, which is fine. Ejector well here. There we go. I did end up getting my competition piece done. I still haven't submitted the pictures for it, which the deadline did get extended, which I am grateful for. This guy has some missiles, so we're just going to put some red in there too. I think we're just going to stipple that in because of how... There you go. Got the nice little red on the missiles there. We got our brush, some more red on there. We're just going to come back over here and just start to get everything over there that we did. We're just going to copy it onto this side. There we go. That red really makes some stuff pop. And then all the tubing is red as well. So we can't forget that. So we're just going to make sure we get the tubing very finely detailed. Yeah, I'm just going to grab some of that. So this client paid for the basic package, so there's nothing in that's going to be terribly detailed, but I am going to be doing my best because, you know, my name is on these. Technically, the base package counts for 3 colors, and it's going to look decent from the 3-foot point where you're playing them, you know, like on the tabletop. But I also, you know, paint Dungeons and Dragons miniatures and all sorts of other things. Like for Christmas, I painted this absolutely really fantastic book dragon for my aunt. It looked awesome. I loved it, and I'll have to post some pictures of it online before too terribly long, because I do think that was one of my better works. All the little tubings are red on here. Just going through and getting those covered. There we go. See, I do really, really like the DEATHWATCH here. I didn't think I would. But that's the beautiful thing about doing commissions, though. is I can sit there and I can paint the things that I don't necessarily have a want to play, but are fun. So, also the wax on the purity seals. I seen one purity seal a second ago. Thought I seen a purity seal here a second ago. Well, maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. But just that little bit of color already has just made such a difference in this piece. I'm just going to go. Ouch. Come back through here, get the tubing. There we go. Just a smidge there that I'd missed, so we're just put a little dot there, and we're just gonna keep on going. It is a little sad though that I'm not painting my own minis. I don't get to keep these. However, the fact that I just get to paint is the reward in itself. I am putting some of my minis on hold while I do this, which is a-okay. It just means those are going to be a lot more fun to paint by the time that I am to that point. Aha, that's where that purity seal was. Get the wax. There we go. Boom. There we go. Then I don't. The client was not particular on what shoulder pads for the DEATHWATCH for them to be sporting. So I'm gonna have some fun with it. I think there's only one requirement for the lieutenant of the entire squad that he has me doing. And that would be very easy to accommodate. All right, and then it looks like just this back part is red on this one. Leave that little bit there as silver because I like the little contrast there between the red and the silver. There we go. Let's make sure we get the back here. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't get the knee on the other one. That's all right. I'll get to it here in just a minute. So for the left knee. go. That looks pretty good on there. Now these are still silver, which means I'm going to have to fix that on the other side on this one when I do the silver back. Well, I do hit those there. And just get these. There we go. Let's get this little loop down there. Sorry, I had to scratch my head there real quick. Just gonna get this, coat that in red. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this has been a project I've been very excited about. I've never painted Space Marines before, but they've been a ton of fun to paint. See, I am, honestly, if we're going to be, I've been a bit of an Imperium hater since I've started Warhammer. And I still hate the Imperium, don't get me wrong. But like I said, Space Marine 2 is starting to help ease my prejudice against the Imperium a bit. And painting these wonderful minis has been, cathartic as well. I really like them. The other one that has been, I've been reading, I've been going through the Uriel Ventress book series right now. I finished Nightbringer the other day, and I really enjoyed it. I was, as a Necron enthusiast and a Drukhari enthusiast, was very pleasantly surprised with the narrative of that one. Really enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The Drukhari are still as messed up and lovable as always, but I say that ironically. Please do not take that I idolize the Drukhari, because I don't. They are messed up in the extreme, but they are probably my favorite factions after the Necrons. Like, I love the Necrons. They are more human than probably any of the other factions in all of 40k, which to me is very endearing. However, the Drukhari, though, some of my favorite units I've ever painted. On top of that, their playstyle is so much fun. And the fact that they're not even, like, shy about being the villains. They're like, yeah, we're bad guys. was very refreshing in a universe just full of propaganda and other sorts of, you know, like, oh, ho, ho, I'm not the bad guy. I'm the blueberries. I mean, ultramarines. No, you are most certainly a bad guy. You belong to the most violent regime in human history, which is the Imperium. Got the tubes. Lovely, lovely. Go back and revisit this guy, do that knee. Make sure, because my brush is hooked in a very specific way. We're going to go through and just... I'm going to make sure we just fill that out. Nice little freehand stripe there. Boom, bada bing. Smidge there. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, give me a stretch for a second. Ouch. Yeah, I don't know how long the stream is going to go tonight. You know, just been, haven't had a lot of time with my wonderful partner as of late, and she's finally home. So, probably not spend too terribly long on here tonight, but, Hey. It's not, for some reason, not coming through in my chat. So let me switch over to... Hey, the one true snail. There it is. It just takes a hot minute to get over here. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Very much appreciated. We're also dual streaming right now to both YouTube and Twitch, so I know that that's causing a little bit of the delays in the chats and stuff like that, but super excited though to have the ability now to dual stream between YouTube and Twitch. Trying to expand our audiences, you know, have a little bit of dual audience action, increase that viewership. But to be honest though, I'm not doing this for the viewership. I do this because I truly enjoy just existing on the internet. And I enjoy meeting all of the absolutely wonderfully fantastic people I've met along the way, along this journey. My Twitch anniversary, or streamiversary apparently, was a day ago, and I missed it with the holidays and everything. Kudos to me for, you know, completely forgetting about my anniversary with Twitch. I've got these purity seals down here. We're going to move down here for a second. This guy has a few more than the rest. And we're just going to make sure we get over the side so it looks legitimate. We're going to get that stripe down the center of the knee. Perfect, perfect. There we go. Perfect. that covered. I gotta do the red on this side. So you almost always forget something. Almost always. Hey, it's going great, Ganton. F6, it's going pretty good so far. Yourself? Keep all of this even with that. Just been, enjoying painting all of these minis. They've been fantastic. To paint. Luckily, they came primed, which is an assembled, which speeds things up quite a bit. And super excited to be painting these. And I'm hoping by the time I'm done with this and ship them back out to their rightful rightful owner, that people are be very happy with this. And you're working on some of your bases. Very nice, very nice. I just actually started basing most of my Drukhari models, and I've been really enjoying how they've been turning out. I've actually found on Etsy you can get a really shit ton of semi-precious stones that are small and fragmented, that are perfect in scale for your 40K models. And you can use those in basing. And so I started doing that with my Drukhari. So I got some Ethiopian fire opal and some snow agate going with my bases, and I've been really enjoying them. They're on a snow style base, as they're on a Arctic world doing their raids for Kamara. And they're all painted in the Cabal of the Flayed Skull, and I just love them. That was my COVID project. When I had the COVIDs for the 4th time, that was the, hey, I don't have the energy to do much, but I can sit in a chair and learn some basics of painting. And so when I had COVID, I sat down and I taught myself all the edge highlighting. And if you've ever seen a Drukhari model, you know that they are all edge highlight, as they are some of the edge lords of 40K. I wish I had a painting handle that I liked at this point for some of these, but I said black is easily forgivable, though. And I still got to go over some of the tubing with the silver, so that'll be see, I really want to start getting... I want to get my hands on some cork to try using the cork, because I really have been liking... I like watching Eons of Battle. And Eons of Battle uses cork all the time with their stuff. And kitty litter, of all things, to help fill gaps. And I've been wanting to put my hand on that to try some of that myself, because it just looks cool. Alright, so we got all the reds on them at this point. I'll sort of clean my brush here for a second. Actually, while we're waiting for some paint to dry, this is sort of the bases that I was telling about. Snowy base. You got the fire opal, the glass, and then you got some of the quartz, and then little grassies. all with the Vallejo Snow Paste, which is something that I've really, really fallen in love with lately. It looks like Forbidden Marshmallow fluffed. You just want, it looks like you just want to take a finger lick, and but don't, because don't eat your paint. You can highly recommend, highly recommend using the stuff. Yeah, I need to get my hands on some of it. I absolutely love the look of it. The cork. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I think at this point, though, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start to get out some of that, clean up some of that silver. And again, Turbo Dork Tin Star, best silver metallic I found. I love Turbo Dork as a paint. They don't sponsor me, but it'd be pretty cool if they did, because I am definitely a fanboy. I was very sad and disappointed when my friendly local game store stopped carrying it, and so I had to go out, actually a couple cities away, to get some, and finally found it again. However, though, Amazon has started to carry it now, which is super cool and helpful, even though usually I would recommend support your friendly local game stores. For me, it's just way more economically feasible to just pay $1 extra on Amazon to be able to get it delivered to me. But 9 times out of 10, go to your friendly game store. Help them out. Alright, so we're just going to go like this. I am streaming a little late here. It is where I'm at. It's almost 9 o'clock where I'm at, actually. It's 8:41 p.m. What time zone are you in? Go clean that up a bit. Three in the morning for you. That is a late night. I've been doing that a bit lately. I've been staying up about that point quite a few times actually lately. And then we got the let's get that little bit of detail there. The little lip. Hell yeah. That vacation from work sounds fantastic. See, for me, this is vacation here. Just sitting here painting the minis. Just chillaxing and relaxing. My son is asleep. So I just have some dedicated hobby time that I can set down and bust out some really cool models. Just gonna whoop. See, this Tin Star is very bright when you first put it on. And it dries really bright too. However, a little bit of Nuln oil though on it, and you golden. Tones it right down to the point where it makes it perfectly grimdark. So got that nice little bevel there. And we got the wings on the Imperial Skull. Go. See, this is a hard part because this isn't showing up well on the black. I think the primer that the primer that was used on these, because I did not prime these minis. I did go back over them with the black that I wanted to use on them. I have a creeping suspicion it was some cheaper non-hobby primer, but that's okay. We can work with that. Yeah, but nothing nice is allowed in the grimdark. Agreed. Alright, so that one has his details starting to ponder around down. We're going to just go over here and just get that. Sorry, I'm a little off the camera. I'm just trying to make sure I can see these little tiny details here real quick. The best I can without the camera getting in the way. I apologize, but I keep bumping it. I keep accidentally bumping the camera with my face. There we go. Get the laurels down here with the little stay. Wait a minute, did I get the, yeah, those are there. I'm just gonna grab that. I'm just gonna come down and around. There we go. Get the insides there. Now I can come on over this side and get this side. Get my brush wet again. I apologize for keep on bumping the camera. I don't have the best setup, but it's better than nothing. So I've been playing a lot of, oh, not a lot, because I haven't had a lot of time to play. Oh, no, I got it on the red. That's okay. Easily go back over that when because I got to go back over that red again to make it a little brighter. I've been playing some Space Marine 2, though. Really been enjoying the Bulwark class, and I'm super excited because one of the minis in here And this commission is that same armor from the Bulwark. And I'm not fluent in Space Marine armor. I'm a little, you know. I've been avoiding the Imperium like the plague for the most part myself, if I'm being honest. I'm a Xenos all day. And I wear it on my sleeve. Well, looks like I also forgot some red over here. That's okay. I'm fixing all of this stuff up anyways. Ah. I lost it. There you go. I found it. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Get into over here. Get it from a different angle. There we go. There we go. Boom, bada bing. Fix up that shoulder pad. Looks a little scratched up from the dry brush, so we're just gonna make it gleam real quick. Then we got this arm again. Because these were a bit wider there, and then it gets a little less chunky once you get down to the bottom. There we go. There we go. Get that there. That all nice and looking there. Nice and pretty. I just have to get the bottom of it. There we go. I'll always come back and clean this up in a bit. We're gonna go like this. Get the laurel on the shoulder, at least detailed out. There we go. It's looking real good. See, it all depends, honestly. I normally would paint them, like for these guys, these are pretty easy enough to paint while they're fully assembled. But if you had something, say my current personal project I'm working on, is the Doomsday Arc from the Necrons. Highly recommend painting separately. Because, you know, being able to get into those little itty bitty tiny bits is super important and helpful while you're going through. I've seen some people paint on sprue. To those people, I applaud if you can do it. I don't feasibly see how it would work myself. But to each their own. For my scourges, for all of my scourges, minus the ones that I've already assembled at this point, I've painted them all separate and broke them down before painting them. However, this newest batch that I'm doing, I got some new plastic glue, and so I went a little ham and reassembled the full thing. Previously, I did the weapon and arm separate and the wings separate on these. But to each their own. However, for my competition piece that I did a Mask of Slaanesh. I did that one off the base, so I could make my own base. I could make it look all great, and it made things fairly enjoyable with that one. I really enjoyed. It made it harder to paint a little bit because a little harder because I didn't have the base to have as that perfect handle. However, it did make things easier to get into that the base would normally block painting, like up the underside of the cloaks and stuff like that. So it made things both easier and harder. But then I could make a really cool base and go from there. As far as orcs go, oh my god, I love painting orcs. I have a orc for my Lilith Hexbrax proxy by Artel W, which I would gladly show it on stream. However, and this is a big however, it is a not safe for work or YouTube or Twitch model because it has them yitties. And but the base on it though, she has an orc that she's riding down with a dagger through its skull, and it is a fantastic model. Highly recommend looking up Artel W for any of your needs. They have a ton of great orcs too. Would not recommend or cannot recommend that that company high enough, especially for people like me that like the Dark Eldar stuff like that. That are they don't Games Workshop forgot about us. It feels like, and they don't make models for us in a very hot minute. But that orc that she's on in that model is like a biker orc, and it was so much fun to paint. And I was sitting there the entire time humming to myself the YMCA because that's what the orc reminded me of. But I had more fun painting that orc than I did the actual model. And I'm really hoping one of my buddies wants to have me paint his orc kill team, and I am just waiting because them boys the best, and they just seem like a ton of fun to paint. For the orcs though, I've noticed a lot of people tend to slap chop orcs, which I've played around a little bit with. So I'm pulling the mini just off a little bit so I can see some of the finer detail while I brush these out. I didn't slap brush mine, I just did a zenithal. On them and called it good. And then went through, and honestly, I did a lot of washes on those orcs to get a lot of the detail of the muscle and stuff like that. And thoroughly enjoyed the orcs. I want to paint more orcs, but I don't want to play the orcs. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, one day I might have an orc army because I like the Xenos more than anything else in 40k. And I play combat cards a lot, which I know. Feel better, Kenneth. And I do enjoy the orcs in the combat cards. They're a lot of fun in that game as well. There we go. Got that, got that. That's a little dark, so we're just going to... Yeah, sorry. Pulling this off the screen a little bit so I can see a little bit better in some of the spaces that need a bit more detail. I need a haircut so bad. My hair keeps getting right into my eyes when I'm trying to... See, there is this one paint that I really want to get my hands on. Oh, the squigs are so much fun. I haven't painted a squig yet, but I want to. Someone traded in at my friendly local game shop. There's some old world squids, or some Sigmar squigs. But they had gone through, whoever had them before they traded in, and they made woolly squigs. And all of their little squigs looked like Highland cows. But, you know, squigs. And they were single-handedly the best thing ever. Like, they'd gone through and put felt all around. Like, the way they did it, it was so cool. Where it didn't look tacky or bad at all. It looked so cool. And they were very unique. Go. That. There we go there. Almost got this shoulder pad there. There we go. There's that. Womp womp. Perfect, perfect. Though I have been streaming for a little bit over an hour. As much as I want to keep this party going and keep going, my back is really starting to hurt me, and I would like to enjoy some time with my beautiful partner before she goes to bed tonight. So I do want to say a big thank you to you guys who've been watching tonight. Thank you, Ganton, for having some wonderful conversations with me tonight. Thank you as well for, let's see here, the one true snail for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciate you. But yeah, I'm going to end here. If you like what you've seen here and you'd like to see more of it, please drop a like on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. All of those things help. If you really like it and you got Amazon Prime, you know, you can use your Bezo bucks on those. And I hope you have a great evening too. You have been absolutely wonderful, and hope to see you in more streams. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.